Just real quick before we get to the main piece, I want to say a big shout out and thank you to Hyago Studios. They had a recent update, and it's me. It seems to my surprise, nobody told me this or anything was planned. My little character, my little Sona, is in the following episode of Paper World. And honestly, all I can say is thank you. One of my favorite indie shows from a year ago. I never expected to get a pseudo fan art. It's just, it threw me off. And to just see somebody give my little character and put them in their show, and he looks amazing, by the way, in the paper world. I love the paper aesthetic on him. It looks pretty good. It's awesome. If you need anything like a voice, let me know. I will do what I can. It's a big thank you. Even my friends are all surprised, like, that's just insane. And I know it's may not mean much to a lot of people, but as somebody who has talked about animations and movies, and I know I'm not a big old name, it's very warming to see somebody put the time and effort to basically do that. So big thank you, Hyago Studios. Again, much love from a gooey heart. Have a good evening. I hope to hear from you. And let's get to the main show. Welcome, humans. How's it going? And we're back with a bit of a shotgun episode. We have a few pieces here that I've seen and one that I found out about recently. Let's get through the list. First on the line, we have Studio Outlet with their Ghost Friends series. It's actually ongoing and they're actually at part 2. They do have an official trailer, and as you can tell, their style is odd, but in a good way. The magic of them is they have a completely experimental show mixed with different medias, different genres, mostly with the retro, nostalgic, color scheme, you name it, it takes you back. Now, maybe for the modern generation, probably not, but for me, who grew up at the tail end of arcade gaming, this was beautiful to watch. The music, the scenarios, the little sprinkles of the nostalgia. I even caught a glimpse of what looks like 2D RPG. I guess people would say, oh, that looks like Deltarune. And honestly, that just looks badass to me. I kind of love this. I just saw people give this some attention. I think it needs way more love and views. So if this looks interesting, Studio Outlet, Ghost Friends, the creepiness, the color, the weirdness, the story going on here, yeah, it needs some love. Please check it out. They have episode 1, episode 2, part 1 here, and they have other little projects that they've done in the past. Give them some love, and it's also in Spanish. Don't forget that. Entonces, por favor, check them out. And on to the next one. Following up, we have a classic and one of my personal favorites. It's Righteous Robot, which if the name isn't familiar or is familiar, you know, it's the same people behind Gruff, which was the paper animated piece that honestly melted my heart, or the last parts of it last year. A 2-3 year project, handmade paper movie by 1-2 people if I'm correct, and it's one of the best movies still. It's a very short piece though, but my goodness does it get to you. He's making a second piece. It is The Knight and the Snail. He also grew up loving medieval stories. The whole destiny, the righteousness, the good, the bad, figuring out that whole back and forth. And he wants to take a shot at it, albeit a bit more of a modern take, it looks like, or a modern twist. So he's back. He has a campaign as well. I do believe that they have reached their goal. So if you want to give and just be supporting, you by all means can. Their link is also in their page. It's already looking amazing. Like, he's already got some of the pieces here going, as you can see. We have the first little trailer. And honestly, you can tell it's going to have just as much passion as Gruff, which again, if you haven't seen Gruff, highly recommend it. Prepare to cry, FYI. Our boy is back, Righteous Robot. Can't wait to see more. And let's get the ball moving. This next one is one that I'm actually really happy for and I can't wait to see more of. It is Spot and the Sword by Meowsers. And as you can see, we have their pitch video here in the background. Why do I love this one in particular? That the everybody audience wasn't really there anymore. A lot of the shows do kind of hang between adult oriented and, you know, like very hardcore violence and cussing, and not so much for the kiddos. And recently, we've gotten some amazing ones. Talon, Spice Colony, amazing. I love those. Heck, even Port by the Sea, which is still a pending thing. Hopefully they get some more love. And just to see this one come up and say, this show in particular, Spot and the Sword, very simple key aspects about friendship, family, compassion, having a good show to just unwind to. can be enjoyed by everybody, family, adult, little, you name it. That's what we need more of. We need that extra niche to be filled up, and it's slowly doing that. And there's more shows as well. I'm only doing a little shotgun episode, but we'll get there. I love it. It's very wholesome, and yes, they are cats. They are anthropomorphic animals. Already cute. I'm kind of turning into a cat person, even though I used to have cats and dogs. But as of recently, my cat Salem, the little bugger, yeah. So I love where this is going. Spots also, by the way, is the main protagonist at the moment. He is trying to become the best adventurer that he is, or he wants to be, and follow under his mom's footsteps, because she's also known as one of the greatest and a dragon fighter. So that's pretty much a big old title. And he wants to be right there behind his mom and become the best one as well. I love it already. Super simple, nice, wholesome. Give him some love. Their channel is Meowsers. Please check him out down below. And to the next piece. And this next one's actually kind of known. It's Sinking Road by Pound Town Hound. I know, a not so kid-friendly one. I just said I wanted more kid-friendly, but this one, I think it needs a bit more attention and a bit more love, because frankly, it's one of my favorites. I found it out last year in the Indie Animation Day 2024, and I came to find out that they're still being worked on. They're still doing their project. They're doing what they can, but at the same time, they're doing a lot. They have musics out, soundtracks that they've made themselves and with some peeps. They have AMVs. They have merch, they have art like every few days or so. They do quite a lot, so it's mad props, mad respect. You can tell that they're still putting their heart and soul into this project, and it's almost done. So if you guys can, please go support Pound Town Hound. Let them know that this is some good stuff, and if you don't like clowns, understandable, I understand. But with that being said, this is one of my favorites. Do check them out, please, and thank you. And with that, let's go for the last one of the evening. And to end off, why not go with an adult show, Dropouts by Goblin is Trying to Win. Now this one's a bit more of a not so nice one. We're following the story of people, kind of losers from what he says. They're not good people, they're not nice people. There's drugs, there's alcohol, bad situations, people hurting each other. Just kind of the worst of the worst. And in his words, this is also part of what he experienced, some things that he went through. So to see him pour some of his life into a show, tell us like what he's gone through to a degree, and just show us that in his style, which he has a video talking about what influenced him and what got him to where he is. You know, seeing those cartoons, seeing those artists, those comics mushed together, it's really cool. And I know this animation, the music, this story might not be somebody's cup of tea, but I think something that we should always note is that with the awesome, with the happiness, with the fun, there's the opposite. There's the grit, there's the dirty, there's the not so good side of it all, the underbelly, if you will. It's there, we just don't want to look at it. So to see somebody take up the mantle like Goblin here and tell us this is a messed up story. These people aren't great people. It's really nice. And kind of a small breath of fresh air that we're not gonna go super like haha dirty jokes. There might be some, but it's more of showing you like the messed up side of people, the messed up side of humans, if you will. So big props to Goblin. Do check this out, please. If the animation is up to your liking, you know, obviously give him some support. Check out the pilot. There is also a sneak peek. Give him some love. And yeah, you got my support. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye for this as well. And with that, that's the last of today. There's a whole much more indie shows coming up, popping every other day, so we gotta get that ball rolling. Let me know what you liked on this one. Have a good evening, humans, and I'll catch you guys next time.